Khala versus Scan. Best of 7. I believe the prize reached over $40. I organize these show matches on Twitch instead of from our Discord, and when I organize it on Twitch, I basically spam the chats and ask people to donate. If they trust me and they want to donate some money, we increase the prize pool for the players. One of the show matches between Khala and Scan, we got the prize up to $110, which was really cool. Let's get into it. Game 1 is going to be on Ringing Bloom. And I've seen how Koreans organize show matches, which is pretty fun. They have a whole system for picking out the maps beforehand. Map is made by Wallstein, a Korean. And I think he recently uploaded a new map on broodwarmaps.net, the oldest map-making website used by Koreans and foreigners. We got Khala in the bottom right. 2400, maybe 2500 MMR Protoss player. His AKA is by Meru. I believe some people know him.
No, the Bai clan was very well known back in the day. I believe Flash was in that team. As long as Baby, that another.
How long ago was this? Like what year?
2000, yeah, early 2000s.
Was Flash around back then?
Yeah, I think he.
Like I remember Slayer Boxer from back then. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Flash started playing. Maybe someone can correct me. In professional StarCraft around 2005, maybe.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I don't remember him at all early 2000s, unless he was like training and getting better. But he's also a younger guy, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay. Scan is phenomenally good, and when we started this series in July, I want to say he's even better now.
Yeah, he's playing a lot. He trains a lot. He
takes it seriously. I respect that.
And well, that's why he got the results that he has. He has a talent, and plus he works really hard. So. Yeah,
professional as well. I like that about him.
That's a really good combination.
Khala, is he going for a cross spawn scout? Or is he just checking for BBS? Would you do BBS? TVP?
Well, no, but this map has the thing where you know that the other player is going to play like really greedy. So it's not a bad idea of pulling like an all-in on this map, because sometimes it could work. It's more logical for an all-in to work on this map than on other, because everyone tends to do a 13 command center, a 12 nexus. So being aggressive, it could pay off.
Hello again.
Hey Quark, we got your favorite matchup here for the 1000th time. Khala vs Scan, best of 7.
Yay.
Yep.
On a map that I think Khala does quite well on. Or maybe it's just easier for Protoss because they have the backdoor expansion. Front base is easier to defend. Is Scan's expansion late here?
Yeah. Khala, I'm assuming, went 12 next. I'm only just catching the start of the game now, but...
No. He did a Nexus first.
Yeah, I took that like a 12 next.
A gateway,
Okay.
sorry, a gateway first.
Okay.
And then Nexus immediately afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas Scan's doing a fact expand. I don't know why he's doing a fact expand on this map, unless he's building up some kind of later timing push, because I feel like you should be able to get away with just a gasless bunker expand here. Or gasless, just means on high gun expand. But I don't play this map very often, so I'm sure he knows something I don't. Yeah, okay, he's going for a quick drop ship. Looks like he's falling behind in workers a bit though, just because of the double nexus.
Khala looks in a really good position.
Yeah. I would think that if the dropship doesn't get much done, then this is going to favour Khala.
I'm excited watching
Khala,
it because... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So Khala, I think, also saw that second vulture. Second vulture going out on the map, to me, would imply some kind of drop build, because that's... in my experience, normally when the opponents are getting more than one vulture on the map early on, it's because they plan to go around and try and snipe both go into expansions, later mines, and then transition into a quick drop.
I've heard a few people say that Khala has a lot of potential, Nemu included, and you've seen some games with him. Pato, I think you've watched him as well, so it'll be interesting to see if that's the case, and I'll probably look to you guys to help me figure out if he does and if he's improving.
I don't know why we'd be measuring potential. He's just really good. It's potential to do what? He's already 2,500 MMR player.
I don't know, maybe make it to ASL? Pick off more games when he's going up against Scan. But you're right,
Khala's building placement is designed already to control vultures. If you look at the way he's placed his buildings at the bottom right of the map, he's trying to control the way vultures move around, and he's already placing his goons in defensive positioning, so he's aware that drop is a high probability here.
The Scans are really good with vultures. I'm imagining at this level you have to be. You have to do a lot of damage with them.
And this play here is just as standard as it could be. It's, the vultures go around, they get really good map vision, and then once they've laid their mines, straight into the base. I like that he didn't go for the natural either, and he saw that there were... Oh, he's going to do both. Very nice. So Khala did not move his dragoons that were guarding the natural at all. He correctly identified that two vultures was not the entire drop. There was more going on.
Was that worth it for Scan? Does that put him behind?
Scan got good damage done, but I think Khala's still ahead from the openers.
It's got 3 Nexuses now. That's the plural.
Like that drop got like 5 probes, which is like really good for 2 vultures. Like you'd take that trade any day. However, it's Khala had 5 probes to lose. He was already ahead enough from the very quick 3 bases that he could take the hit. I'm assuming that's the command center that's being built right now. The modified version of this map that people use now has the third gas. That helps Terran a lot, because it's quite difficult to take a 4th on this map. You take the 3 bases, you get 2 under supply, and then you push and you either win or lose. And having 3 gas on your first 3 bases to Terran is fantastic for that, because it means you're getting a double upgrade, you're getting as many factories as you want, and you're getting siege tanks rather than... Well, siege tanks plus Goliaths, because carriers are so good on this map. It's if you're under pressure on gas, then like if your opponent goes carriers and you have to start making Goliaths, that can often mean you don't end up winning siege tanks. so you will lose to a like carrier Dragoon combo. If you get 3 quick gas bases, then it's just a different situation entirely. You can do what you like. So I would expect that that's going to make, if Scan wants to go 3 bases, max out and push, then the fact that he gets that third gas due to the modifications to the map are gonna help him a lot.
Got a pretty good SCV count for having a delayed command center.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he hasn't missed one. He's. And he's gonna stop. I think probably around 70 once he's on 3 bases, and then just max out. The quick starport transitions very nicely into the science facility and the second armory for his 2-1 timing. This is his play. This game is incredibly generic. This is just what this build looks like. He went for a drop. He got a bit done, but nothing remarkable. But the drop didn't need to get something done. He just got that because he had the starport anyway, because he was going for the specific timing on the upgrades and the 3 bases. He needed the vultures anyway. He needed the starport anyway. It transitioned nicely into itself, and here he is on his 3 base with tanks.
So because Khala's ahead, is there some sort of pressure on him to attack?
He could. I don't know that I would want to here. I mean, Khala's on 4 bases. He's going to be going to. Oh, he's not going straight to Arbiter. He's going for Storm. Interesting. This is a more modern style, though. We saw Flash do this in the ASL when he was playing Protoss. It's Speed Shuttle and Storm rather than going straight into the Arbiters.
It's really easy to get your Templars picked off by vultures, isn't it?
Yeah,
annoying.
And by tanks if they're good.
I mean, Arbiters can be EMP too.
This isn't as easy to do as the just the standard Arbiter play, but I think that it's people do it for a reason, because you can do like heavy gateway plays on it using the speed shuttles to hit some cool timings. We'll see if it's going to work, honestly. I'm not an expert on this, but I'm excited that we get to watch it. Well, that didn't get anything done. Oh, he's lost the Reaver too.
Seems like a heavy investment.
That was terrible.
Oh, he's sending back his
SCVs.
Storm.
He has a Storm. Are you going to cast it? Come on.
Oh no.
Oh, how did he?
He could have gone
He got
all of
nothing.
them. They were all bunched up.
That was the saddest Storm. And now he doesn't have his shuttles. He lost his Reaver. He used his Storms. He lost one of his shuttles. He does have a lot of gateway units right now, though. Like, look at that. But he went from being like 110 versus 170 versus 100 to I guess still 170 versus 120. It's not the end of the world, but he doesn't have an Arbiter fan behind. This is the thing. His next attack is also going to be using speed shuttles and High Templar. Whereas Scan has his 3-2 timing coming. He's currently on 1-0. His 2-1 is on the way at the moment. But he doesn't have to attack on 2-1. He can wait for 3-2.
That was a risky attack. Lost all his Templars.
Normally the thing that's like putting the Terran on a clock is either the carriers are coming or the vehicles are going to start. Now with the style that Khala's doing, the Khala's actually not progressing.
Picked up 2 of his Templars in the shuttle, which was good, but lost 1. I'm guessing that's what Scan does with the Vulture assets, try to pick off Templars, some probes.
He's just trying to get value out of them because he's trading them away. He's on 3 gases, which means that he's fine to just build some Vultures, give them away, and build some tanks or whatever to replace them. As long as he gets the 75 minerals worth out of them, and it's quite difficult not to get 75 minerals or damage done with a Vulture. Like, you just lay the mines and the damage is done. Or if you have 2 Vultures, it's quite difficult not to kill 3 probes. And we see Khala taking top right, and he's going to build a bunch of gateways there, but he doesn't have the tech progression to actually like guarantee a late game win here. He's got map control, but the map control doesn't do anything because eventually he will be up against a 3-2-7 push. Those are very nice. Those are some fantastic songs there.
Oh, he's still
But
not
he's
gonna break.
No, he's never going to break.
Shitload of tanks, eh?
Yeah, he's never going to break. And that's the problem, is that he's trying to keep Scan under control, but he's not developing himself at the same time. His +1 air just started.
What do we
Which
need?
implies
Arbiters?
It's too late to do arbiters now.
Do you think it was a mistake for going Templar and Storm?
I'm not going to say it's like a strategic mistake because it's the more modern style. People do this and it works. However, it didn't work this game. I think where it all went wrong is the drop on Scan Natural. Where he had a bunch of High Templar that died in the shuttle, 2 High Templar that killed nothing, a Reaver that died to a bunker. It just...
Yeah, 2 shuttles.
Yeah. It wasn't the fight he was looking for. Now that's fancy. See, this style does exist, it does work, people do this.
Well, he's really good at it too.
Yeah.
Not
It's
easy
just,
to drop something and use the spell.
The problem is that it's not as, I guess, easy as just making arbiters and recalling their base. What he's got to try and do is keep the Terran under control with Storm and Shuttles, whereas the more normal style is just you make some arbiters and you freeze half their army. The gateway units become less and less effective over time, so it's hard to continue to get value out of it. You need to be progressing economically, you need to be controlling their economy, you need to be continually hitting your storms in a very effective way, which he's doing. This is some good execution.
I feel like Scan's going too far. Like, his tanks didn't have any vultures, any other units to back up. He should have just backed up after the last exchange.
And Khala's on 6 bases, so he can afford to keep doing this. But it is going to get harder and harder is the thing, because after currently it's 2-1, next is going to be 3-2 upgrade. Like this is a really tough style to play.
I guess 65 probes is his magic number.
Yep. He seems to know what he's doing. The +1 air doesn't seem to be followed by anything, so I'm assuming he got that just as an insurance policy in case he wanted it. But at this point, he doesn't actually. He's not going to go. The air upgrades are so cheap that the real limiting factor on them is time. If you went carriers and you were able to, you would just get you go straight to +3 air. You just pay for the upgrades immediately. If that makes sense. But you can't do that. You have to wait for the 7-6 score to spin them up. So it's worth it just to pay a tiny bit of money to start getting an upgrade early and then never use it, rather than need it and have to wait. But yeah, he's sticking on the ground units. When Scan has 3-2 is, as I said, when it's going to get exciting. It doesn't look like he's upgrading. Can you click one of his units? Okay, it's 3-1. Yeah, it's gonna be harder than it was previously for him to keep hitting these with Storm.
Looks like Khala did it. It's a GG from Scan. Damn, that looked really tough for him, even though he had like the whole map.
It was well executed though, and it's exciting to watch.
I don't know. TVP is harder for Terrans or for Protoss. I've heard both races complain about the matchup. But you gotta be really careful with tanks. Even though it looks like you're gonna win an engagement, you end up losing your entire army and dying to a counter.
The good thing about that style is it has a lot of initiative. It's you start attacking, you don't stop attacking. There's no waiting around for vehicles or waiting for outcomes. You're waiting for them to leave their base so you can counterattack. Just it's always worth it just to throw some storms on their army. So you just attack them and you keep attacking them until they eventually leave their base, and then you hopefully get a flank on them.
Benzene, I believe, is the map. And it's best of
It is.
7.
Benzine's a weird one to play because it's so long. There's I think you just want to go Nexus first on the Benzene. It's fairly worth and probably like Gastus or Command Center first as Terran just because it's fairly worth scouting. The map's so huge that by the time you get there, you're just going to confirm that they've gone for an eco build because the eco build is the only thing you can do. There's like a few kind of weird like gateway all-ins that you can do because they're so bad that they become good again, but they don't become very good ever. Proxy robos though are good on this map. You will see a lot of proxy robos. You can put them if you put like a proxy robo at like 7 o'clock here, then it's actually very difficult for Scan to get over there and do anything about it. I like that. He pretended that he wanted to do a gas steal. He did not want to do a gas steal.
Why
He
not?
just wanted to make sure. Because the map's so huge that he's not actually planning on like doing any follow-up to a gas steal, if that makes sense. He knows that the Scan's probably going to just take a CC anyway. Like you still Scan's gas, and he says, "Okay, I'll place down a command center." You don't still Scan's gas. He's still going to place down a command center because that's what he wanted to do. So you're not interfering with his plan. But by faking a gas steal, like putting the probe on there and like darting towards it like you wanted it, you can encourage them to move in that direction.
Is there a reason why he's still in scan space with his probe? Does he already know what build it is? And...
No, he's looking for STVs on gas. One like right now, one STV on gas tells them that it's a factory expand. If there were more STVs on gas, it could be a 2-pack or a Starpot. 2-pack's unlikely because there's no real reason you'd ever 2-pack on here. Starport slightly more likely, but still, it's factory expanders, but for a further more likely one. I think I prefer Khala's opening though, just because this map is so big that an eco opening is always going to give me an advantage on here. And we're going to see Khala get a worker advantage once this second Nexus kicks in.
Khala got his Nexus up before?
Yes, Khala went Gateway Nexus, same as on Ring and Bloom. Which makes sense because Ring and Bloom is obviously a macro map with a backdoor expansion. This one here, the expansion's front, but the rush distance is so long that it's still basically just a free expansion.
Why didn't Scan get his expansion up earlier?
Because he took a gas.
Is that the right thing to do?
I don't think he wanted a gas. I think that Khala running his probe towards the gas might have influenced Scan's choice slightly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought he was going to take it anyways, but...
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, it did look like
My
that.
my theory is just that anytime a Protoss looks like they want to steal the gas, the Terran will think, well, I better not let them do that.
Yeah, he reacted at that moment.
Yeah.
And got it. I think he had the minerals to make it before, but I have to check again.
So if you look at where that vulture's going, that's the proxy robo location I was talking about earlier. Scan has played this map before, clearly. He knows that this is the proxy robo map. He's also checking a 6 hip on the base there. That's another one that I've seen. Barnett used to use that a lot in the BSL. Oh, that's not good. So that's not good for Khala at all. So he's got the faster base, but Scan with the factory gets 2 vultures, and they're going to do a shit ton of damage apparently. Scan's really far ahead. This is like way more damage than Khala can afford to take.
Oh yeah, I think we're at 10 probes.
Click on the vultures. You can see.
7.
8. 13 probes. And they come out alive. Well, that's GG.
Oh, that's really unfortunate to lose your lead like that.
Yeah, you've got to control the vultures. You've got to have buildings blocking the natural. He had a pylon and 2 dragoons next to it, but there's the gap. If it weren't a Showmatch game, I think Khala would just leave. There's
It's
no
that
coming
bad,
back
huh?
from. Yeah, I mean look at the work account. There's no coming back.
What if he wins?
It's,
That'd be a miracle?
Yeah, if he wins some hits, it's a miracle. It's one of those things about PvT where it's a very fragile matchup. It's very easy to lose a game. Like in basically every game against a regular factory expand, there's a timing about 4 minutes, 10 seconds in, where if there's not a dragoon on your ramp, a vulture will just get into your base and it will just kill your workers.
I'm not sure what he's
And that
doing down
happened
here.
on the right hand side.
Yeah, he's got a group of units just hanging out
He's
there.
worried about a staff up. He's worried about a dropship because on this map, if you can take that position up there on the right, or just vultures running up there, because I think vultures have just enough range they can hit the last mineral patch from below the power station. I could be wrong about that, but you want to control that area because they'll do vultures, put some mines up there, then a dropship will come in and drop some tanks behind the mineral line. Scam's not doing that though. Scam's just macroing on his B bases. He's got his +1 coming. He's got a vape to look for shuttles. He's going to add a science facility in the second armory once his +1 is close to finishing. Then he's going to put down a bunch of factories and he's going to win the game.
See if that happens. Really sucks he lost that many probes, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
not even
13
playing the
probes
game.
13 probes is just more. See, this is what
My
he should have
god,
had
that would
ready.
have been so bad
Yeah.
with 3 fast vultures.
And the vultures get out again. It's just, they take what 25% damage reduction from dragoons, and they're incredibly quick. It's just a bullshit unit.
Those old ones are still alive somewhere. Oh no! Oh, it's an empty
Uh,
shuttle. Why is he
even
sending
so.
an empty shuttle?
Scouting and get some fetch. Although he has observers actually, I don't know about that. Does he have any observers in the base?
Must have been a misrally.
Yeah, I guess so. He's building a Reaver.
Without a shuttle. Oh, that was a shuttle for the Reaver. Great.
Yeah.
It's not a good start on Benzene. Is this more Terran favored or Protoss?
I don't know in this matchup, honestly. I know that it's considered Zerg favored in ZVP, but I don't know about TVP. So there are scanned factories, and show me a sound facility and another armory, please, scan. interesting. He's just going for the +1 and go. I figured that because he had the star pot, he wouldn't do +1 and go. He'd go for 2-1. But I guess he figures he's far enough ahead that there's no way that Khala can hold this. And it's not wrong. Just going to close it out.
He doesn't have much, right? Just a bunch of dragoons.
Yeah. Like, there's...
Shadow Leader.
He doesn't have anything that can hold this. It's not the play that I thought Scan was going to go for because, as I said, normally for me, Starport indicates that you're not going for the +1 and mass attack rebuild. Because you can do that without a Starport.
So we got the same worker count. Does that mean anything at this point?
No, because Scan's not going for an economic victory at this point. Scan's just going to kill him.
9
Look at Khala's
factories?
gateway count.
It's only got 4. Scan's got 9.
Yep.
Oh, he's making
And
3
Scan.
more.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what his
Two.
opponent's doing. He knows that his opponent's just going to mass units and kill him. So he's got to try and mass as many units as he can himself. The issue is that it's not going to be enough. Now, Vivas can do work, but I mean, it's a big ask for 2 Vivas to
Oh
win
my
this game by
God.
themselves. Are those the original vultures? No.
So bad. If they
Oh,
were.
look at that dropship.
Yeah, and they also spawn when the workers are being transferred. Oh, he just lost all his Templars.
And a bunch of workers.
That was such a deadly drop.
Yep. Because those high Templar was the only thing that Khala could have. Oh, look at that! Beautiful. This is such a difficult map.
Reminds me of Lost Temple days. Oh,
mines are still doing work.
God.
Eventually, the speed shadow has to show up to try and help out. But I mean, Khala's going to lose. 27 points. He wasn't holding this push, even if there wasn't 27 points.
So well done by Scan. I think he's got a system behind it. I don't know what
Yeah,
he does
Scan
with the
doesn't
scans.
The Scan doesn't even need to push anymore. Scan's already won the game. Yeah, he's not gonna do his push. He's just gonna bail out of it. He doesn't need to. He built up for this huge +1 timing punch, and then he realized that actually the only way he can lose the game is if he attacks and loses all his units. He might as well just play it safe.
Almost lost his reavers. This game is going terrible for Khala. The only time he was ahead was like the first minute or two.
Yeah, Khala, honestly, should just leave. Right, there's no way. He's what, 60 supply behind? And his highest level tech is a few high Templar. But even then, they're not that many because he was only on 2 gaps.
Yeah, I think they all died. Oh, there they are. Oh, those are a lot of vultures, man. I think they can take on the dragoons by themselves.
Yeah, vultures do more damage than the gun. You can get the damage mitigation on the armor, but
Oh, that's a horrible place to engage, but...
yeah,
What are you at?
you can't let that first pair of vultures in. You just can't.
I feel like that's one of the games where you just have a horrible feeling in your gut the whole way through.
I mean, I think in a regular game, like a ladder game, you the vultures get in, you say, okay, that's fair. Like, you can have that one.
Not once, but twice. tied 1-1. That's the 7. Next map is Shakira's Temple. I feel like Khala does better on these Twilight style set maps. Maybe I'm just thinking of Ringing Bloom. Yeah, Benzene was not the map for him.
I mean, the opening build was good. He just PVT's a fragile matchup. If you make one small mistake, you just lose the game.
I mean, there's so many points that Vultures can get in from.
Yep.
Scan's really good at using Vultures and drops. And you probably have to be to pick off games off Protoss at that level.
We're seeing a forward gateway. Probe goes back, so I'm thinking probably 9 gateway scout. Could be 10 gateway scout because he's good. Same build we saw from Oya earlier. Question is it going to be 2 Zealot Goon or 3 Zealot Goon? Or it could, I guess, not be that at all, but I'm expecting it to be a gateway. Yep, there's the gateway. So it was 10 gateway scout. And a forward VAX. Forward VAXes in case of a 12 nets. It just makes it so much easier to micro rush it. It shaves a few seconds off your SCV timing. However, it's going to make... He'll have a second depot next to it, I'm assuming, actually. I was going to say it's going to make it difficult for the Marines to micro against Zealots, but he'll build something next to it so he can run through the gap. However, we are not seeing a gas, and if he doesn't take the gas and the gas gets stolen, this is going to get very interesting very quickly. Okay, now he's taking the gas. The reason I say that is because if your gas gets stolen, because you're going for a gasless command, and your opponent's doing the zealot build that Khala's doing, you can't get a vulture because you've got no gas, no factory. Which means you're stuck on Marines against Zealot and Dragoon.
I'm hoping he doesn't lose his probe, man. There's no need to be losing your probe, I feel like.
Okay, what's Khala doing? Khala's doing 3 Zealot Dragoon. I think this is fine. It's not like the factory's particularly quick.
Really likes to harass with this probe.
Well, he's got Zealots coming after it, so I guess toughening up some of the FTVs. Factory hasn't started. Scanner's on 150 gas, no factory. This is doing work. Like, what he's... This disruption he's doing here is actually really effective.
With the probe?
Yeah, look at the Scan factory. Tell me how, when Scan's going to have his votes ready. Because the Dragoon is about to start. The core's finished. So you tell me where...
Oh, there's 5 kills on this Zealot.
Yeah. And still, the Scan's up to 300 gas. Where's his vulture? Dragoon Ranger started. Where's his vulture? And now we start the factory. Wait, not yet. So, there we go, now we start the factory. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. First Dragoon is done, second Dragoon is on the way. Dragoon Range is halfway done. That was devastating.
I don't see why one probe would throw you off like that.
Well, also Scan took his gas plate, and the reason Scan took his gas plate is he didn't want to take his gas at all. It's not about the probe, it's about the gateway at the natural and the 3 Zealot Dragoon. It's Scan was going for Gastus, as far as I can tell. But the problem is that Agastus is hard countered by what Khala did. And when the probe showed up as natural and started harassing the SUV building in the back, Scan looked at the situation and thought, wait a second, I know what this is. This is a gateway at natural Zealot pressure build. Shit, I've got to take my gas. Took the gas late. Then he had to fuck around microing his Marines and his natural because he didn't normally you have the barracks and the depot next to those so you can run your Marine between them, but this time he had to mess around with that. Probe was constantly causing disruption and everything just got delayed.
Is he going Reaver?
Yeah. He's going to expand Reaver. It's part of the philosophy of just it's always good to have a Reaver. However, his opponent's going for 2-pack. It's not going to work though. Khala's going to be on 3 gateways and have Observer in plenty of time. And the Dragoon range is already finished. Khala's completely fine here.
No command center yet, so this is a push from Scan.
Yeah, Scan's so behind is going all in. He's going for 2-pack timing. However, as I said, Khala's already on 3 gateways. He's got Observer coming. I think he's probably going to do 2 Observers, then he's going to get a shuttle. After the shuttle, get a support base. First Observer is going to make a beeline straight for Scan's base, and it's going to tell Khala what's going on. But even without the Observer scout confirming the situation, with 3 gateways, he can be fine. He's safer. If you count his Dragoons, he's got 3 there. How many on top of his natural? On top of his main? Okay, he's got 4 Dragoons. 7 Dragoons, he has 3 more building. He's fine. You're not going to bust 10 Dragoons and Observer with this. And Khala knows. There's the Observer. That's why you had the 3 gateways. Because 3 gateways against 2 factories, you can just outproduce them. There's the support bay. He knows what he's doing. I would prefer shuttle then support bay because the Reaver's not any use without the shuttle. But it's fine.
Oh man, that was close.
Well, he doesn't actually need to completely destroy the town army here. He can do okay because he's out producing tanks. He just needs to not die. But he was so far ahead that in this case not dying means why not just kill all the tanks.
Comes back.
Yeah, that was an incredibly strong performance. It started off with just a pure build order counter. But then even after Scan recognized what was going on and started adapting, it became too chaotic, and Khala was actually causing that chaos. Like a 4-minute, 10-second factory on a factory opener it's just unplayably late.
2-1 for Khala. Best of 7. Polypoid is next. Nicely done.
Scan was on 300 gas by the time he realized that he still didn't have a factory and he took his SUVs of gas. It was...
Not time for me to criticize his probe harass. Very successful.
It was... Yeah, it was... Because the Zealots were just flowing in past it, and there was just so much going on for Scan. Question is, are we going to see another gateway at the natural? It was very effective last game. Doesn't look like it though. Looks like he's going to do gateway in main. I would guess no quick nexus from that pylon placement as well. It's a standard generic opening, probably like a 20p mix.
Right.
Yep. And no scouting, which also implies just a generic safe opener. Gan's going to go for the max at natural again. I mean, he clearly likes it, and it's very strong against quick nexuses. But last game he just got punished so hard. Like if the Vax had been next to his depot in the main last game, then I don't think it would have lost control anywhere near as quickly. And we're going for a Gasper, unless he just no, he's just building it late. Where is he? Okay, it's a Gasper. So normally, when you have money, you expect the building to happen, but the turns out you often build the refinery slightly later because they're building it to sync up their 100 gas with the 200 minerals for the factory, so it doesn't actually need to be built immediately on 100. But in this case, it's just a gas bus. This is slightly Terran favored, but it's 20p next is completely playable against this. And 20p next is looks like what Khala's doing. Also, look at that building placement. First pylon behind the minerals, second pylon behind the minerals. First pylon and core become the first two pieces of the wall that goes there. This is all about controlling those vultures. Even the gateway is overlapping a lot with the simulator to cut off that area. It's one of those things that, because two vultures will just lose you the game. They get in and you're dead, so he's having to build his entire base layout from the first building onwards around controlling those vultures.
Compliment to scan.
The probe went in slightly further than it had to, confirm the CC, that was good. And he's going for the robo, love it. Okay. Scan's seen this before, but it's not going to matter. It's still going to be effective. He's going to do a proxy Reaver. Scan knows. I first saw this build like 3 months ago on a, I think, best replay that maybe TT1 showed me. But it was, this is just what people do against gas dust these days. Scan's sending an FTV out to make sure it's not at 12 o'clock, and then he's going to send it down just to confirm that there's no expansion. Once he sees there's no expansion for photos, he's going to know exactly what's going on. I mean, he already basically knows. He's confirmed that it's there was an expansion last time we looked.
Isn't this risky?
No,
why didn't Khala just expand? I don't know.
Because this is what you do. There's like a weird timing against the gas dust where you can have a shuttle and Reaver. Or firstly, you can have a Reaver before they have Seapost, which means that you've got these range dragoons that have been hitting that bunker. But normally the FTV would just repair the bunker till Seapost done, but this time Reaver shows up and it's not a good time for FTVs anymore. Then you can get shuttle and you can cause some chaos with your Reaver. This works. I would normally, I think, just counter expand, but this is just what people do. It's not like the kind of cheese where the fact that Scan's seen it means it's not going to work. This is the build.
I feel like against a really good opponent.
This is the build at like pro
game. Good idea. It's an all-in, pretty much, right? If it fails.
No, because it's always going to do something because there's a timing it's exploiting. It's not a surprise build. There's just a timing where the Terran can't defend us.
Do you do this build yourself?
No, but only because I'm not brave enough. But I'm familiar with it. And as I said, it's not like a cheese cheese. It's not like surprisingly DP.
Well, I've seen you make a proxy robo PvP. But the person had canned it up and it was a weird game. He's already got siege tank.
Yeah.
So
look.
is he gonna go for the tank? Is that a good
I
idea?
don't know about this. No, I don't know about that. Oh, look at those misses.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
some of the
it's...
worst missed shots I've ever seen.
Gonna lose a Reaver? He lost all his Dragoons?
Yeah, this was not what he wanted.
Sometimes Khala doesn't make the most strategic choices, to put it nicely.
He didn't want to lose his dragoons there. What he wanted to do was wait for the shuttle and then
To
cause
harass the
some chaos.
expansion, right? Yeah.
Oh no, you harass the main, then you run the dragoons into the expansion.
Well,
You do
this
this,
is looking better.
and that because imagine he still had his 7 dragoons alive right now.
Yeah,
Like
right?
they just run into the natural while this is happening. But, I mean, you saw how badly it went, and it's still going okay.
What the hell was that scarab? I've never seen that before in my life.
And of course, Khala's actually standing behind this. He's
It's
on
like
2
a
bases
frisbee
now.
scarab. Ah, don't lose the shuttle, man.
It's weird. I know this seems like a kind of all in chief. This is what you do.
Yeah, it would have looked much better, I think, if he didn't lose 4 Dragoons attacking a tank that survived.
He lost more than 4 dragoons on that day.
Yeah, I mean, it does force turrets, I guess, and causes Terran to be super defensive.
Well, it breaks the bunker, and then once the bunker's broken, then you start killing SCVs. So far. And he killed a bunch of SCVs on that bunker too.
What if he's gonna expand? Again. Or lose both of his Reavers.
He could. He's gotten to that.
Oh, he's gonna lose his Robo.
Yeah, that always happens, so that's fine. I'm thinking Scan's probably going to build a CC in the main and then fly it out. That'd be most standard from here.
He's just building observers out of it before he dies, I guess.
Yep, I'm taking his bird. Khala didn't get what he wanted out of that proxy robo, but the build is standard. Yeah, I think 20p next against Gaffis is completely terrible anyway. It's not ideal. You do take a slight build or disadvantage, but it's not something that I would do this over. But like I see Barnett do this all the time. When he does it, it works really well.
I wonder if he would do it against someone like Scan.
Probably. I mean, Barnett will do his builds against anyone. Barnett is.
Okay, so it
he's the
doesn't
kind of
matter
player that,
what level your opponent is.
well, Barnett has a lot of confidence in micro in his execution, and he should have.
Yeah, he's great.
It's I think what the word I'm looking for is. I'm pretty tired right now.
He's just consistently good, and he has the titles to prove it.
Well, he plays his game. It's the thing. He doesn't worry about who his opponent is or what his opponent MMR is. He looks at the situation. He goes, "I think that this is the thing to do," and then he does it. He'll do the exact same thing against an A rank Terran and against like
Makes sense.
Flash, because he knows that this is the thing that he's practiced. This is the thing that he always does. This is
Situation matters more than who you're playing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Yeah. Khala is still in the game and expanding like crazy.
Yeah, building and losing the proxy robo doesn't hurt you. It's because it forces the Terran to take damage in dealing with it.
He seems like a good spot, man, but I know these vultures are gonna get in and kill like 30 probes.
Well, I mean, he's controlling them decently.
Maybe it was just that benzene map.
I mean, even it's just one mistake. They get because on the benzene they only got in once, then there was a drop afterwards. But the first two vultures were 13 probes. I mean, if they get in once, 13 probes is what will happen. Just that's the nature of the game. Do we have a starport coming? We do not. It's going to be High Templar. Does he have an observer inside Scan's base is the other key question, because Scan could have a turret ring very early.
No.
Okay, in that
I don't
case,
see a white dot.
he's not going to know this is coming. He might suspect it, but he's going for 4 bases, so I guess not. Because Scan is not expanding, and Scan is not getting a starport. Scan's just going to go. And all that Khala has is, well, I mean, 160 supply and 2 Reavers, but all he has is 2 Reavers. He's going to try and delay this as long as possible 2 Reavers, but he does not have Storm. He's only just started Storm right now. He does. He has speed locks. He does not have Arbiters coming. He never will. He does not have any carriers. He has, I think, 1 High Templar. And he's got to push. He's got to hold a giant +1 push from Scan.
He doesn't want to engage right now, right? Well, he backed away.
No, Khala wants to wait. But what gets me is he's going up to 5 bases. I don't think that he knows what he's up against. If he was taking a base in at the top right corner and building gateways there, maybe. But just take another base at 3 o'clock. Scan's building a CC. Scan's pulling his punch. I don't like this at all.
That's good for Khala, right?
On, yeah, really. Scan was on even supplies at like 160 versus 160 with +1 attack, and Khala only had gateway units with no tech at all, no storm. Like that was, if Scan just crossed the map right then, I don't think Khala was holding it. Because I mean, what would he hold it with? He didn't have storm. He had no DT. You can't hold that with just dragoons and a dream.
Ouch.
Did the Reaver die too?
No, it survived, but I think he lost.
There was 2 seconds. Okay, yeah, he got both. Yeah, he did. Well, that's actually good for him. He doesn't want the Zealots anymore. He doesn't want to be maxed out on Zealots. He wants to replace those High Templar.
He is maxed out, isn't he?
Yeah. But he's maxed out on gateway units. It isn't what you want.
Oh,
but,
it's fine, I guess.
Scan had a timing on him. Scan had built a ring of turrets, denied any scouting, and then built a giant +1 army.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And then he just pulled his punch at the last minute.
He's been scanning.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to go for a
knowledge.
really late 2-1. I'm going to go get a starport. I'm going to go for a science facility, and I'm just going to go for upgrades, but not regular timing upgrades, really late upgrades. Like it's worse. What he's doing is a worse version of what he could be doing if he wanted to do this. And it's not like Khala had done the counter. It's like sometimes you build suboptimal because you're planning to do a certain thing, and then you thought they'd countered that thing, and then you had to do the counter to the counter. You end up in a weird place, but how you got there makes sense.
But there's nothing that really dissuaded him from attacking.
Yeah, this game, I think that the build he was doing was the right build, and it would have worked. I don't know why he pulled out of it. Because now it's like 15 minutes in, he's got 1-1 upgrades only.
It's weird how Khala's not making any. Oh my god, he has so many minerals. I was gonna say Stargates.
Yeah, he's maxed out.
More expansions.
He's getting double upgrades, he's getting high temper energy.
He just has a bunch of dragoons and zealots.
Yeah, Khala seems to think he can do this with High Templar and Speed Gappers. And I mean, we saw how he played on Ring and Bloom, maybe he can. If I were him, I'd feel much more comfortable if I had double air upgrades coming and also like 4 Stargates ready to go.
Oh, this is not gonna go well.
I think it's gonna go great.
And I'm totally wrong. Well? Oh, this ramp.
And then the speed up is lead. But when your opponent has upgrades as late as these ones, because Scan's upgrades are really bad this game. It's not like he's suddenly going to hit with 3-2. He's currently on 1-1. This is a good carrier situation. When the Terran's upgrades are really delayed, then, like, if I were Khala, I would have 2 cybernetic cores getting air upgrades, a bunch of Stargates, then after I traded off, like, 25 units, I just start the carriers.
Oh my god, he's back. I love how he storms the spot where the SCVs are going to be evacuating from.
He should take both corners right now. He can take top right and bottom left.
Is he dropping again? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting some... Yeah.
Yeah. He's absolutely worthwhile. Yeah, okay, he's going to take bottom left. You look at this thing, okay, if you're going to do gateway style, then, like, show me you can build, like, 50 gateways. I want to see gateways on every corner of the map. I want to see a lot of them.
He can afford it. He's got 4,500 minerals. Jesus.
Yeah. If he's really not going to go for a carrier or an arbiter, not going to get anything like that, then fine. You want to show me gateway style? Show me gateway style. But
he's
really,
clearly winning, right? This is one of the games where you lose and you kick yourself in the head because you're so ahead.
Yeah, this is one of those games where eventually the scan gets a free mech upgrades, and you lose because PP is really good. And you look at this game where you had, like, he's going to have like 10k minerals at some point, and think, well, why didn't he?
No Stargates. That's weird.
Well, I mean, he shouldn't need them to win from here.
Really?
But
they never hurt to have, right? When you have
that's right. I would have them as endurance.
Oh. Jeez.
That was good. But it's still happening. He's still getting the high temp. And another one. And another one. And another.
Yeah, I think that was like 10 there. That could cost you a game.
Oh,
I think Scan's moving out too.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of storms that aren't fast in the second.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh no. No.
And I think he lost one there.
Yeah, look at it. Now he's on 177 supplies.
Oh my god. He just lost every single Templar he pretty much had.
Yeah.
Over 10.
If he could build like 5 carriers now and they would come out with 2-2 upgrades, that would be quite useful.
Payback for the 12 o'clock drops. Well, much worse. I think losing that many Templars is much worse.
I mean, he can afford to replace them, but yeah, the fact they don't exist right now is not going to make things easier for him.
Oh, that's a shitload of tanks.
Yeah. What are the upgrades?
Not good.
2-2s. Yeah,
not good for Khala, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to take this on the gateway unit. One good storm.
I mean, he's not even sieging because he probably knows he has no Templars to storm.
Yeah, which is why Khala should have a bunch of gateways at the top left and bottom right now, because there's no guarantee that he can hold on with just the gateways in his base.
Somehow he only has 1,500 minerals now.
Khala's fucked this up.
Oh, he just got a EMP on.
And Khala might still win, he was very far ahead, but this is... like, imagine if he could tough status on those tanks.
It's just all tanks. There's nothing else but tanks and 4 vultures.
Well, Scan was trading away the vultures. Scan was sending the vultures out to kill the High Templar and then replacing with more tanks. Oh, and look at those upgrades go to work.
Don't do it, man. I don't know what he's supposed to do.
For Khala, you can't fight this. He's got to do an attack at 12. He's got to, or just cut off the reinforcement. He's got to backstab. But this is why you don't do this.
It's a really vulnerable army, though. It's just tanks. If he had a couple shuttles, he'd just drop Zealots, pretty much. There's one Goliath there. He can't figure out what to do with his units.
Yeah, just got to cut off the reinforcement and wait.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
And that's all he can do. He can't fight the army, but he can cut off the reinforcements to the army. He should have pulled these probes to other bases.
Yeah.
I would say that Scan's ahead. Even though Scan's got main and Nat mined out. Because he's got the upgrade, he's got the tanks. Like, Khala fight this one out. He needed the Stargate.
Oh, those were great storms.
Oh, that'll do it. He needs more gateways somewhere else on the map. He can't rely on the main because the main is going to be covered in mines, like we can see. Getting it done. I mean, I didn't believe in him, but he's getting it done either way. He's not making it easy.
Oh, he's gonna lose 6.
Where's his army on the map?
I don't think he has one. In his base. Some Zealots.
He shouldn't be allowing 9 to be taken right now. Yeah, he's lost. The upgrades are just too good. The gateway units aren't getting it done anymore. It's not that the spies are really bad for him, it's just that he doesn't have the units he needs, doesn't have the arbiters, doesn't have carriers. And the tanks are just dominating him now.
I don't know what happened.
Need for it.
The whole map was white. He had 5,000 minerals.
He didn't have the tech he needed. And he was trying to make it work with High Templar, and there was no need for it. It would have been easy enough for him just to try and stay ahead, or just to get air upgrades and be ready to carry as endurance. He didn't do it. Oh, he can't afford that Reaver loss.
I don't know what's better, Arbs or Templars. What sucks is you lose your Templars to Vultures. Arbs, if they're stacked or whatever, they can get EMP'd.
Arbs are better.
But you have status and recall.
Storm's a good spell, but it can't move your entire army around the map. It can't take tanks
painfully slow, aren't they?
These storms are nice, but he's not going to win a full pitch ground battle with them.
Does he have a fighting chance here?
No. He's 40 supply behind, and his army is intrinsically weaker by supply. Even if it was even supplies, there wouldn't be a chance.
This might be the death blow. Just tanks. Yeah, it is. Man, that's one of the games where you just kick yourself afterwards.
And it wasn't the right build that he was using. It was a weird game though, because Scan had Khala earlier on in the game and just didn't take the shot. Like, Scan built this beautiful ring of turrets to keep out the observers after he killed the robot early. Then he went for a surprise +1 like 8-back timing, and it would have worked. It was a good timing. I liked it. But he went out slightly under the map and then said, "Okay, now I'm going to go back, build a third base, and start some upgrades." Kyle had all the time in the world to adapt to get his arbiters.
I think it's tied 2-2 now.
I believe so.
Where's Khala? Best of 7 on Eclipse. Game 5 in the best of 7? Yeah, I said that. Should have some.
Yeah, Khala took Securus and Inglu. And Scan took Polypoid and Benzene.
Nice.
Hey, Snipe!
Hey.
Thank God
Back.
you're here.
Yeah, after a long break.
Where were you, man? Don't leave Quark alone.
I had to take care of the cats, you know, feed them, clean them, play with them.
Fancy feast,
Okay,
right?
Something
first
like
progress straight out on the map, we're seeing gas steel.
Ooh, yeah. This is the better spot to gas steel, too, because the gas is on the ramp side.
Also, we saw a Khala Scan game in the, like, I think 2 series ago on this map with a gas steel. It was really good.
Are you sure this is a gas steel?
Yeah.
Yes.
He just put down a pylon and headed out of his base.
No other reason there should be a pro out here.
That's what the gas steel looks like.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's sneaky.
Yeah, he doesn't want to show him until he has enough. He's not going to be able to take it.
Yeah,
anyways,
okay.
But...
They look like a gas steel. Until that part.
Until he saw the gas?
Well, he was being all sneaky with his probe. I thought he put down a pylon and he was scared.
You can see Scan now scouting for a proxy, because, you know, a proxy gate can be strong with a gas steel too. But he's not finding any, as we can see the gates in Khala's main base.
I think Khala's just going to do a Zealot Nexus.
God, this really sucks for Terran, and it's been going on forever.
Yeah, although I think that if Scan just places like an eBay at Khala's natural, that's going to annoy Khala to take that.
It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do too.
Yep. See, I played this game once or twice before. Yeah, because now Khala has to take his gas, because the build he wants to do he can't do anymore.
Yeah. And then Scan just cancelled it, so it didn't cost him much. Got most of his minerals back there.
And Scan's going to respond by taking his own CC.
So how were the other games? I missed them all. You said it was 2-2, but...
Frustrating. It just seemed like Khala was ahead. Lost.
Have these two done a couple show matches or something before?
Yeah, we have. I think at least 2 or 3 of them up on our YouTube. I mean, one game Scan got a couple vultures into his base on Benzene and did so much damage, and then another drop.
Oh, those are hard to come back.
Khala had the whole map. I didn't go ARBs, he just had Templars, but 12 of them got picked off. Vultures.
I've been seeing more of that kind of style lately. Not getting
Yeah.
ARBs as quickly, just going into Templars and speed shuttles and stuff.
So we saw that really well on game 1, but last game,
Oh shit.
the 3-2 upgrade kicked in.
Yeah.
This isn't at
Scans
all
going
in.
for a rush.
Also, this is not. He's just trying to do some damage, but he's not going to lose very many SCVs doing this. He can fund them back home if he needs to.
About like 10 SCVs or something, looks like.
How do you
He's
defend
going to place
against
down a
this?
bunker. Well, one of the things you do to defend against this is not gas steal. When you gas steal, your opponent ends up with a bunch of Marines.
Yeah. Khala's gonna try and drill down the ramp, but
Yeah, Khaled
He's-
just lost his match here.
yeah, he's just losing too many probes. He was not.
And then
expecting-
all the SCVs are going to go home except like 2. And when they get back home, they can just mine up the natural. One thing you can do to defend against this, not that card, don't do that, don't run into the bunker, but what you can do, if you have 2 pylons by your nexus, the bunker will just tap pylons.
Oh, it's gonna lose
Bunkers
his
can't be manually
nexus.
targeted. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. He'll lose his nexus and he'll just rebuild it once range is done. His Dragoon range allows him to snipe the bunker. Oh, he's going to run them past. Okay then.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
looked like he was trying to snipe a couple of those Marines before they got in the bunker, but
Because I like the run past because he's going to have another 2 Dragoons out immediately, but these ones here, they range just finished a second ago. Which means there's going to be ranged Dragoons on the scan side of the map without scan having any tanks. Like, scan's factory isn't finished. No mines. Mines won't be around for a long time. No tanks.
yeah,
So,
this is cool.
All
gotta be
scan's
careful
going to have is a bunker and SCV to repair it. Where's
I
that-
mean, it's gonna get some damage done, but
Yeah.
just force the repair is gonna cost some minerals if nothing else, right? So,
Well, with the Zealot, he might be able to run by as well. He can use the Zealot to tank. Although, if he runs
Oh.
by, he runs the risk of SCVs getting.
It's kind of a weird expansion down there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he can't take his natural yet. Also, there should be a Dragoon in his natural hitting the bunker, however, he accidentally ran that Dragoon into the bunker. This bunker should be dead by now. Because he's got Dragoon range, and there's no SCVs on it, so he can just slowly snipe it.
Is there a reason
But,
why he
he-
didn't expand at 12 o'clock?
I think he had the probe at bottom right. He was just making the decision on the
Urgent.
fly.
scouting probe from earlier or something was over there.
Yeah.
There's Dragoon hitting it now, so that bunker's gonna go down soon.
Yeah, really late though. Siege mode is going to be done by the time the Viva actually gets to scan phase 2. And if you use a Viva well, then anything can happen, but this isn't what Carlo's looking for.
I mean,
Carlo's
he's
trying to
down
main
so
out the
much.
probes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they get the probes.
And he's down 12 probes or 12 orcs here, so.
I think he should have sacked the natural nexus immediately. Like, he used probes to try and defend it. I don't think he should have.
Yeah.
Because
He
losing...
lost too many probes to that.
Yeah, if you just lose the 400 minerals to the Nexus, but they've brought like 12 SCVs across the map, built a bunker, like that's actually okay. You can take the hit. You say, okay, my Dragoon range is going to be done in a few seconds. I will just wait, push out, retake my natural, and rebuild it.
Same
It's not
idea with
ideal.
12 next when they rush you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Save
ideal,
all your
but it
probes.
also you can play it.
Yeah, well, if you save all your probes, that's way better than losing however many he lost there, because now you can see he's down so much supply. There's so many workers too. But we'll see what the Reaver can get done.
Yeah, if the Reaver gets it done, then we have ourselves the game again. Although one
very
scout, one of tank is. I don't know
interesting
that
place
going
to
after tanks is
drop.
the right play.
Yeah.
Because
Let's see.
the tank.
Oh,
Oh!
nice.
Oh, that was good.
Surprised Scan
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
run his SCVs here.
Oh,
We
he's
have
getting a
ourselves a game.
lot of damage with his Reaper.
Yeah, this is the game now.
Yeah, he caught way back up in workers after that. I'm surprised Scan just let his SCVs die like that. He didn't run them or anything.
Oh, he lost
Reaver
his
went down.
Reaver.
He also
Yeah,
lost
but-
bunker here.
The bunker's Don't
There's
go for
only
the
one
tank on the
tank.
high ground. You tried that last game. It wasn't what you wanted. On Polypoid, he spent forever trying to get a tank on the high ground, and he lost like all of his starting dragoons.
Feels bad. Oh,
Yeah, I'm worried
Okay,
about him
he's done
making a
enough.
Redick move here.
He's done enough because he can take his natural at this point, move up to 3 bases.
yeah, he's still not in the greatest position, I'd say, but he's definitely caught up. He can play now. He can play for me.
I didn't like him going after that first tank though, because he couldn't drop on the tank, which means it would take 2 full scarab hits to kill it. And there were 4 vultures there, 2 tanks in siege mode. He lost a zealot, second zealot took a bunch of damage, Reaver took some damage to get a single tank kill. And I think had he just gone straight for the SCVs, that would have been a better.
Which is normally what I always say
play.
with Reavers. It was strange, but I guess he just wanted to end it.
Or maybe he's like, I need to keep his unit count down so he can't push. But
Yeah, I mean, there were 2 siege tanks. He killed one of them, then his dragoons came in the front. So I think he was going for like a 1-2 punch, but it didn't work.
it was a risky spot to drop it. So
Yeah. And Scan is going for a bunch of factories, so Scan is going to finish it. He goes, okay, you're going to take 3 bases, because logically you would have to take your natural. If I build a bunch of factories, I can go kill you. And he's not wrong. I do not see any way of Khala holding these factories.
well, he's got a double Reaver. Maybe he can stall the push out, pick off some tanks as he's trying to move across the map.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a double Reaver, but he's got 2 Reavers in the dream. All he has is the double Reaver. He doesn't have a Citadel for Zealot legs yet. He's putting down a bunch of gateways, but it's 2 Reavers in the dream right now.
Well, he's got him positioned to push any units that come out, so he's gonna have to be babysitting these Reavers pretty well. But
Yeah, I mean, he will be babysitting because that's all he can do. He knows that he lives or dies with these Reavers. But I mean, it's what he's asking these Reavers to do is more than any Reavers ever could do.
unless he was Snow. Well, we'll have to see. The tanks are moving out here now a little bit.
Leave the barracks alone, Khala.
How many factories does Scan even have?
6.
6 now.
Yeah, Scan's not going to place any more factories anytime soon. Killing the Vax isn't going to do anything. He's good.
Well, he's adding a couple more gateways.
And that's the Citadel, but I mean, it's late. One of the only ways he can really hold these tanks is with
Oh, he's losing a Reaver for free too.
is with Zealot bombs, and like Zealot bombs aren't going to be happening. We're
Oh, he loses the shuttle now.
going to lose the second Reaver. So you know how we said it was 2 Reavers in a dream?
That's no Reavers.
1 Reaver in a
Run.
dream.
Oh,
Still 1 Reaver in a dream. Okay. The dream is alive.
I don't think that Reaver can help. Maybe if he had the shuttle and the second Reaver, but Reaver's going down.
The dream is dead.
He's trying to
First
take
they
the high
did
ground
that.
fight, but it's just not enough.
Yeah. I mean, they're even on supply.
Yeah.
There's
Scan
a
has a
slow
few more
Zealot.
workers, so.
Yeah.
Well, we got another
Yeah.
shuttle. We can get some shuttle bombs
Yeah.
off, but
It slows Zealot.
there's also a decent number of Goliaths here too that can
Yeah.
shoot that shuttle down.
Well, that and also Scan doesn't necessarily need to even feed. He's got 2 tanks in siege mode just to force the engagement. I think he's got some...
Oh, he's just going for it.
This is
Oh, and there goes the
That's
shuttle
GG.
immediately. Goliath just goes straight for it.
Khala's got nothing left here.
Oh, I thought that Reaver drop was doing pretty good for him. It meant nothing.
It was.
It let him
But,
play on. It let him get to
but,
this point. But
Scan, Khala went for a quick third base with no tech behind it. And Scan just said, okay, if you're going to have a bunch of gateway units, I will just kill them with tanks. Just tanks kill gateway units.
tank's pretty strong.
He lost too many probes earlier.
Oh.
He shouldn't have contested that bunker.
GG.
The cost of the bunker rush isn't actually that much less than the cost of the Nexus. Just sack the Nexus.
Three, two for scan.
All right, we need Khala to win the next two then if he wants to take the series.
If
I
my
like
memory
the,
serves me correctly, Casual Complete, who's in the chat, had donated, I think, $50 to this prize. Big shout out to him.
I like the eBay block at the natural too.
Well, that was a good play. Really threw Khala off.
And just I like the late STV marine timing, just well executed. Just seizing that moment and going, I reckon I can do this. I reckon there's a timing here, and he found it.
Yep.
Nexus went down right before the main finished.
Game 6, a Neosulfid by Latius, author of Eclipse.
Couple of good maps. Well, this is do or die for Khala now. He's got to win this if he wants to go to Game 7.
Do you guys like playing on Sulfid more or Eclipse as Protoss against Terran?
I like both. They're both good maps for my 12 next build. I think Eclipse is easier to play because you can basically only take fights on high grounds. So it's got a very easy card to defend. You just you can pardon roll it easily.
Do you have a preference, Snipe? Or you just proxy on both maps?
Yeah, I just proxy on every map. No, I rarely proxy to be honest. But no, I'd probably prefer Sylphin. I think Eclipse favors styles that I'm not as comfortable with. You know, you got to do some kind of damage because if Terran can get the high ground position or choke you off on some of those ridges and stuff, it's pretty hard.
Is that right?
And one of the things that I found on one of the things I found on Eclipse is that if you build carriers, the tanks can't shoot them.
Yeah, and I'm not a very comfortable carrier user, which is why I'm not a big fan of Eclipse. Well, I don't hate Eclipse, but I prefer.
There's good advantages, but they're really costly and hard to control and slow. Take a long time to build, and those damn interceptors.
Yeah, I mean you can do a 2-base or 3-base carrier build. They're just fine, but.
Who take another Gasker? So this is going to favour Stan again. It's going to be like the Polypod game. Question is Khala going to go for the same proxy robo? When he scouts it. No, man, it's not gas. Okay, what is going on here? Because he should have taken his gas. He waited until he got his FTV scout, then he took his gas.
It was like 15 gas or 16 gas or something.
So I'm guessing he wanted to confirm that his opponent was going for a core opening before he made it up his mind. So this is going to be a late factory. Not going to be as late as Secure Temple, but still pretty late.
Yeah, because he has the minerals for the factory now, obviously, but not the gas, okay.
So, just to give an example, Secure Temple, the scan used the same opener, and he didn't have his factory started until like 4 minutes 15. That's how much he was disrupted by the Zealots.
Should Khala have gone some Zealots and harassed?
Not this game, no. This is just a, this was a 21 next, I think. 21 next is like the 23 next, but you don't scout with a Dragoon, you keep your Dragoon home. He says, and then the Dragoon starts scouting. It's the 23 next. Yeah, sorry, this was the 23 next, my bad. No, it wasn't. No, this is the second Dragoon building right now. This was a 21. Okay, we're good. This is the 21 next.
Fact, CC fact.
Yep, standard.
300 stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see maybe a 3-tank push. But he's not building more marines, so he doesn't have to do a 3-tank push. Just some people like to.
Yeah. The fact that he's not building more marines, he may not be doing that kind of push. You know, always to use it, take his third as well. Next and take his third.
We're seeing Khala do quick robo and then second gateway. This is all very normal standard stuff. Question is he going to add a third gateway? He should. If he doesn't add a third gateway and he gets punished by a 3-tank push, then that's on him.
He's got a robo and second gate. We'll see.
Yeah.
Normally you would have added it.
Okay, there's the shuttle. So he's not going to go for a quick observer, he's going to go for Viva. Okay, then I don't hate the lack of a third gate. Because normally you go like 25 robo, rush out the observer, plus 2 gates, observer runs to their base to see what they're doing. And if it's a 3-tank push, then you can use the 3 gateways and the observer to hold it. This time we're seeing 2 gateways, but because he's putting a shuttle, yeah, there's the support wave. We know it's going to be a Viva. And 2 gateways plus Viva is also perfectly safe build.
And gives you the option to harass too, especially if Terran's playing passively.
But you don't get the observer in their bases early.
You can still scout with the shuttle, which is always good, because you definitely want to see what Terran's mid-game plan is. I'm just gonna kill his egg. So.
Question is, what is Terran's mid-game plan? And for that matter, what is Focus's mid-game plan? He's still on 1 gas. Khala doesn't seem to like the Arbiter Rush.
It's too bad. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
One of my go-tos. I imagine we're going to see a faster third from Khala then. Taking a third base
it's going to
pretty
be
quickly.
Viva third gateways, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, we got 5-tank push coming out here.
Yeah.
Khala's getting ready to take his third now.
Is Khala dead? He has nothing.
No, he's got a Viva.
Oh.
I mean, he's
A
going to
Reaver
need
in
to
a
get something
dream
done with the
again?
Viva. I mean, he's going to need to get something done with the Viva, but he does know how to do that.
You have another one making? Oh, he's got an observer.
He's got a bunch of Dragoons spread out in his main. He's going to need to bring those out as well.
Yeah, these vultures are getting double upgrades too.
Oh, he didn't even get a shot off on them.
He's done nothing with the Reavers.
Yeah, did he forget to build Scarabs? Didn't even shoot the Vulture.
Like, the Viva has done nothing, but the Viva can do things. It just hasn't yet. We give it time.
Oh. Where the Scarab just gets stuck.
Okay,
Oh.
no.
God.
This is not looking good now.
He lost all his Dragoons.
Yeah, now he's got to defend all this with 1 Reaver. It's not looking good for...
Yeah, okay, now it's too late. Now he's dead. But the assumption was the Reaver would get at least 1 good scout.
Oh, he Blossom probes there too.
That's not... Oh, a scout!
Finally got
Nice.
a tank. Yeah. Small victories, right?
He's going to have to take the small victories because it's the only victories he's getting.
Very small.
Yep.
Oh, you tried, Reaver, you tried. And that's the series.
4-2 for Scan.
Takes it 4-2. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to call it a night.
Thank you very much, Borg, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're always welcome. Everyone's always welcome. Thank you very much, Snipe. Everyone else who came tonight.